Tonight, you are not here by accident. You have carried the weight of the world on your shoulders for long enough. In the next hour, we will unlock a door that has remained closed for many. A door to a place where your racing thoughts cannot follow. I will share with you stories of ancient wisdom, Zen tales that act as keys. Each story is designed to bypass your analytical mind and speak directly to your spirit. The Buddha once said, "Your worst enemy cannot harm you as much as your own thoughts unguarded." Tonight, we learn to guard the mind. We learn the art of the empty cup. Before we begin our first tale, find your center. Adjust your posture. Feel the weight of your body against the surface beneath you. Inhale deeply, and as you exhale, release the need to understand. Just listen. Story 1. The Cup of Tea. Our journey begins in a small hut high in the Japanese mountains. A learned professor went to visit a famous Zen master to inquire about Zen. As the master served tea, the professor spoke at length about his own theories, his books, and his vast knowledge. The master poured the visitor's cup. He kept pouring. The tea rose to the rim, then it spilled over. It flowed onto the table, onto the professor's robes, and onto the floor. The professor watched the overflow until he could no longer restrain himself. "It is over full," he shouted. "No more will go in." "Like this cup," the master said calmly. "You are full of your own opinions and speculations. How can I show you Zen unless you first empty your cup?" Why is it so hard for us to empty our cups? In our modern world, we are taught that more is better. More information, more opinions, more knowing. But a full cup is a heavy cup. Your stress tonight is likely a full cup. You are carrying the labels of who you are, what you failed at today, and what you fear tomorrow. Zen practice is not about batting. It is about subtracting. Part 3. The Two Monks and the Girl. Imagine two monks walking along a muddy road after a heavy rain. At a river crossing, they met a beautiful girl in a silk kimono, unable to cross the deep puddles. Without a word, the elder monk picked her up, carried her over the mud, and set her down on the other side. The monks continued their journey in silence. 5 hours later, the younger monk could no longer contain his anger. "We are monks," he cried. "We are not supposed to touch women. Why did you do that?" The elder monk looked at him and said, "I set her down 5 hours ago at the riverbank. Why are you still carrying her?" This is the secret of the second arrow. Life strikes us with a first arrow, the event itself, but our mind strikes us with a second arrow, the replay, the judgment, the resentment. How many people from your past are you still carrying in your mind tonight? They are not there. Only the memory is there, and it is heavy. Set them down at the riverbank. As we conclude this first hour, imagine your mind is a vast, clear sky. Your thoughts are just clouds passing through. You are the sky. You are not the clouds. Rest now in the silence between the stories. In the next hour, we will go deeper. Welcome to the second hour of our journey. By now, the world outside has likely faded. Your breathing has found its natural rhythm. In this hour, we focus on the second arrow. Not the pain life gives us, but the suffering we create ourselves. A Zen master named Ryokan lived a simple life in a hut. One night, a thief arrived and found nothing to steal. Instead of anger, Ryokan felt compassion. He took off his only clothes and gave them to the thief, saying, "You have come so far, you must not leave empty-handed." After the thief fled, Ryokan sat naked, watching the moon. He sighed, "Poor fellow, I wish I could have given him this beautiful moon." We spend our lives guarding things, our pride, our possessions, but the moon, our inner peace, can never be stolen. Tonight, ask yourself, what are you trying to guard that was never yours to begin with? A young student was told to find the sound of one hand clapping. He brought the sound of music. "No," said the master. He brought the sound of water. "No." For a year he struggled until he stopped trying to hear. He realized the silence itself was the sound. We are often so busy looking for the clapping, the noise of success or validation, that we miss the one hand, the pure, silent awareness that exists before a single thought is born. We have reached the final hour, the time where the mind stops seeking and starts arriving. You are no longer listening to stories. You are becoming the silence behind them. A soldier came to a monk and demanded, Tell me the secret of heaven and hell." The monk looked at him and said, "You are a messy, ugly, pathetic soldier. Why should I waste time on you?" Enraged, the soldier drew his sword to strike. The monk said, "That is the gate to hell." The soldier, realizing his ego, sheathed his sword and bowed in gratitude. The monk smiled, "And that is the gate to heaven." Heaven and hell are not places you go. They are states of mind you inhabit right now. Every time you react with anger, you step through one gate. Every time you respond with awareness, you step through the other. Two monks were arguing about a flag flapping in the wind. One said, "The flag is moving." The other said, "The wind is moving." A master passing by said, "Neither the flag nor the wind is moving. It is your mind that is moving. As you drift into sleep, let the wind stop. Let the flag stop. Let the mind stop. There is nowhere to go. You are already home." You have traveled far over the last 2 hours. The world of names, dates, and worries is now a distant shore. In this final hour, we do not seek wisdom. We seek the end of seeking. There is a point where the river meets the ocean and ceases to be a river. Tonight, you are that river. Prepare to lose your boundaries. Once there was a doll made of salt. She had traveled for thousands of miles across dry lands, searching for the meaning of life. Finally, she reached the edge of the great ocean. She had never seen anything like it. "Who are you?" the salt doll asked the ocean. The ocean replied with a roar, "Come in and see." The doll hesitated, then stepped into the water. As she waded deeper, her toes began to disappear. "Oh," she whispered, "I am losing a part of myself." The ocean replied, "You are not losing, you are becoming." Finally, a great wave washed over her. In the moment she vanished completely, she cried out in joy, "Now I know who I am." Your stress is just the salt doll trying to stay solid. You are afraid that if you stop worrying, you will disappear. But when you let go of the solid you, the worker, the parent, the person with problems, you become the ocean. You are not a person having a sleep. You are the piece of the universe resting as a person. In a forgotten temple, there stood a giant, ugly statue made of black clay. For centuries, people ignored it. It was cracked and covered in dust. One year, a great drought caused the clay to crack even further. A monk shone a flashlight into the crack and saw a glimmer of gold. He began to chip away the clay. Piece by piece, the black mud fell. Beneath the clay was a statue of pure, solid gold. The monks realized that centuries ago, their ancestors had covered the gold in clay to hide it from invading armies. They had protected the treasure by making it look worthless. Your anxiety, your negative thoughts, your exhaustion, this is the clay. You have covered your inner light to protect yourself from the world. But the gold is still there. It has never been damaged. It has never been less bright. Tonight, the clay is cracking. Let it fall away. You don't need to build a peaceful soul. You only need to let the mud drop. The stories are over. The words are dissolving. There is no doll. There is only the ocean. There is no clay. There is only the gold. You are the gold. You are the ocean. Empty. And full. Rest. Now.